So we're looking at this move, and we're just going to do a quick little recap for the video so you guys have this for the future. Accumulation to accumulation on the monthly time frame right now. Just going to bring up my other windows here. A second. Nope, this is for renderings and all that stuff. Get this one on my other screen, on my jargon of levels. Okay, hold on 1 second here. Okay, so you're gonna looking at this move here. You know, kind of like what is happening here? What's happening today? What's happening tomorrow? What's happening for the small foreseeable future? Accumulation to accumulation candle, right? So you're going to start with this on the highest time frame here, the monthly. Obviously, we don't have a 12 month. You'd have 5 candles or whatever Bitcoin has, like 10 candles or something. Not even. You have 4 candles since it's been charted, maybe 10 since inception. Yeah, 10 years almost. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, we have accumulation to accumulation, looking to see if this thing is breaking a larger move, right? So all things equal, we can do that same thing on the bottom side there. Fine. Presumably going back to deep dive the base of this move again, right here, right? The base of the valley. It's actually right here on the non-XBT charts, the actual real charts. It's actually right there. So that's fine, but we can use this. We can use the point that's already there, looking to go and reestablish that base of the move again, possibly, or just at least come down to some kind of in-between ladder point, something else in here. You know, we've talked about this a million times. Some level down here, whatever, that's fine. So you're looking at this move and you're wondering, you're at trend here and you're wondering, okay, how do you approach this? So you first have to start by looking at what's been happening in the move, right? So, we have some kind of level here. I'm not really sure what it is, but anyways, it's there. I believe it's a daily level. This is the base of a move that was created on a different time frame. So here's the base of the move that was constantly hit. So we're just going to label this base. We're going to go base of the move, right? So there's the base of the move on this side. This possibly just a hold level that's creating another base. So just hold level, possible base in the future, right? So you've got something like this, hold level, possible base in the future. The reason why I don't want to call it a base yet is because it's only actually kind of come and hit it once here, even though this is kind of a second touch, but I'd like to see a few candle separation here before it comes and hits it again, just because it might be something on the larger time frame, or this is actually the base of a move on a smaller time frame. So you're either trying to create the base on a larger time frame, or you're trying to create it on a smaller time frame, right? So you've got a few different regions where this can profit cap. So technically, the profit cap could be here. The profit cap could also technically be here like this, or it could also be here like this. Well, it wouldn't be here, right? Because really you're looking to see if the base of the move breaks here. So your profit cap right now is somewhere in this move like this, right? You're something like this, but we're not quite certain yet. It also could possibly be like that. It also could possibly just be to this little level right here, right? So you've got a few different areas. So you have to start looking at this thing and analyzing what it's done in the past here, right? So you have greediest level here, gets hit perfectly, right? Weekly greediest comes back, hasn't tested this yet. Actually, it has. Weekly greediest gets hit there. Weekly greediest is being hit here, right? There's no weekly greediest point here. It's actually down here, right? So you could even say, oh, maybe we're going down to here, this 36.49, which actually was hit already. This holds the move there, bounces it off. This was actually already hit here. On the other exchanges, that's fine. So we can use that there. All things are equal. We're going to start by taking a new level here and putting it right here. Weekly greediest point there, and it's being tested and tested and tested. So obviously, it's going to see if it's going to a different range here or breaking trend. So you have to start going down in time frames here, and why we always start working from one side of the chart down, right? So we're going to go to our next time frame and see where these levels exist, right? So you have the daily here, that's already tested. So you'd be down in this region here, and that's already tested. So you guys know all that stuff. We can kind of just walk through. This daily here has been tested in the past. So this is kind of the first important piece of information here, right? We can look at this, and this is the first important piece of information. It was the daily that was tested here, right? So you see the daily's tested, comes straight up, pulls back. It's going to go after the largest time frame. So for example, if you had a daily right here, it's going to pull back off that, right? You're not always necessarily going to go to the 1 minute candle, but sometimes you do have that confluence where the daily and the 1 minute candle just happen to coexist, right? So you do have this right here, which hits the daily. We don't have a daily level down here. If we were to have a daily level, it would be right here, right? So you would actually have to just take this and pull it right here. We don't have that daily level. That would have been a perfectly fine short here and all these things. Biggest time frame, yeah, great, 4%. That's very cool. But we don't have that. So how do you have to approach this level? Well, you have to start dissecting down its time frame. There's no 12-hour level there. There's simply no 12-hour level. So we can't set any level in this range yet. So this range right here, we can't set any level inside of here because we simply don't have one. We don't have anything on the daily because that daily's down here. Well, we actually did, but the daily got hit, right? The daily got hit, so the backside gets hit. So presumably it's going after the front side, but there is no front side. So you just have to constantly keep working down in time frames. So you do have something there. You have a 6 hour, which also ends up being another time frame. The 6 hour is not something I typically use, but anyways, you can see there's, the important piece of information here is there's no level setting to be had here. You're not setting any levels there. The level's being set here, and you're finding it in the profit cap based on working from the top time frame down, right? So then again, you're right here in the move, and you do have that 4 hour level. So you can start to identify where this move can actually go, right? So this is the most likely outcome here, 96.23. There's nothing left in there. What could possibly stop it prior to getting to there? Well, you have a 2 hour here, which I don't really think is going to do anything. The 2 hour candles don't do anything, but you do have a 1 hour. So you do have a 1 hour right here. So this could cause a pullback, nice percent, maybe 2%. But ultimately going to that 4 hour level is the goal, right? That 96.23 level. So ultimately that's the goal. And this is something we do called level setting. So it's very much a process that we've already done. We're just giving a more defined criteria to it, a more specific set of rules when we're looking for these larger trades. So we've got a few things to factor here. We've got the fact that the monthly, our monthly trend is trying to break and hold this move. So just like it, very much holds the move here, although this is trend creation, it has its pullback. If this continues to hold the move, you know what happens with trend. Trend continuously brings it in the direction. You either break trend and go up to some other range, or you use trend to go and attack the other side, right? So we know this is a very polarized trend. It's just about catching the right level, right? So have to start identifying what could possibly be the right level. While we're at trend, so I don't think we're going to snap over too hard. I think we've already done that here. I think we've already snapped over this trend once. So if you're in this move here, for example, and you're right here and you're saying, oh, where could this go? Yeah, I mean, you've already tested your biggest level here. You've got a weekly that you've already tested twice. So where could this thing go? Yeah, well, it can go to the base of a move, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to snap over top of trend, right? So you've already hit your biggest time frame. Like you've already set your level here, and that is holding the move down as kind of the base of your move. So when you're looking at this, sure, it can go after the base of the move, but it's not going to break trend on that, right? Like it's just not going to happen. Okay, replay tools cooked. We're just going to turn it off. It's not working. But when we're looking at this now, I don't really think you can use these levels to propel you to the base of the move again, because at that point, if you're all the way at the base of this move, unless you go up $1,000, which is 10%, and then drop another like 1,400 to bring you back down to here, you're simply just breaking the trend, because you're not going to come up here and knife catch it down. Like presumably this happened in one day. Yeah, and this big knife catch happens in one day. It goes straight up to the base of the move and falls straight down. So you've got kind of this 10% swing here in the move. You've already done that. You've already done that on this trend, and you're too far away to do that again. So that starts to bring you into, well, where can it possibly go? Well, okay, it could possibly go to the base of the move here. Very doubtful, because it would have to go up 5% to fall down. You very, very doubtful, but could it do it? Sure, it could. A lot less likely, though. I guess we're pretty early in the month still. So yeah, okay, we're only on the 8th. That's the first thing I did, is check the time, what date of the month it is. So, being that this trend is created on the monthly, yeah, okay, fine. You could fall into a criteria where you go up to here, possibly even up to here, and then fall back. But it would be tough because you'd start breaking up into your trends. More so right now, you're just looking to see if this ladder can hold, right? So then, you have to consider all these things when you're looking at these bigger moves like this, because this is possibly fueling the next big move, right? Like you're right against it here on either side. You're either going to be holding this trend and breaking up, or it's time to start pulling back because the trend is just going to hold. And it does look more like the ladder there between the two, where it's starting to hold the trend and you are pulling back, right? So then you just have to start looking at this move, doing level setting, which is setting the proper levels, and by going and first identifying your biggest trend, right? And this is what we do in these key moments. So right now, important to understand, right now is a key moment for Bitcoin, right? For any stock faced with this scenario, it's a key moment where you have your biggest trend ever created kind of being tested in either direction for the first time, right? So, go back to the monthly and you have that accumulation to accumulation point, just like you had this distribution to distribution point from here to here, right? So, when this trend gets tested, you've got to see what it's willing to do before it has a big move the other way, right? So yeah, okay, fine. We can actually say it can maybe go to the base of the move. Again, less likely, but it can. Yeah, well, we're only on the 8th of the month, so you've got another about 50 days or so before that decision is made. You could slightly go over and then fall straight down, right? And we do this level setting by going the highest time frame down. So you could go to 10.9 here before you fall down, because this is the next untested piece, right? Like this is tested here. This 10.9 is tested here. This here is clearly not usable. This one here we're already using on the weekly. So you have an untested weekly here at 10.9, or not an untested weekly, but possibly something that can be created longer time frame. And do you have anything on the monthly? No, obviously we wouldn't have anything on the monthly, right? So let's just continue this. So 10.9, yeah, okay, fine. Test it twice. It could test again for sure. But again, it's already laddering. You can see the progression of the ladder from here to here to here to here to here, right? So you're, again, less likely to break this move up for all these things considered. We set our level by going to the highest time frame down and seeing where that can possibly be. So we need to go into the charts here a bit more. We've got the weekly back here. That's fine. This weekly's been hit over and over and over. This daily has been hit. We have no dailies left thereafter, right? Like we don't have any dailies after this. So you have the daily here. It's hit perfectly fine. There is no daily after. So what do? You have a 12-hour? No, you don't have a 12-hour. You have a 4-hour? You have a 6-hour and a 4-hour. So the 4-hour is where it could possibly go, right? Like to me right now, this is kind of the top of the move. Yeah, I don't think you can go back up to these regions up here. You've already tested this range. You've tested this range. At that point, you're starting to move up. At that point, where if you're going to be testing this level, you're likely starting to move back up to this 10.9 level to test that again. You have two decisions to make here. Do you think it's going to ladder? Yes or no? And if it's going to ladder, you have to decide what the total piece of that move can be. Like you can see that it can't be up here. This is already tested. Yeah, okay, it could possibly be here. So let's talk about this level. It could possibly be here, but at the same time, then it's kind of invalidating this ladder that's been happening since the beginning of the month, right? Or the beginning of last month here, almost a month now. It's created this ladder from here to here to here to here. So you have to, okay, is it laddering? Yes. Which levels is it laddering off of? So when you look at this and you're on a 4-hour chart here, again, go back to the daily and say, okay, well, what has laddered it? There's nothing there. There's nothing on the weekly. So the daily has laddered it here, right? Back to the weekly. Base of the move, ladder point. There's no weekly left, right? And again, why we always work down in time frame, because this is the problem you're going to run into. So you find the daily right there, go down in time frames, start working through your time frames. That's the daily. Here's the 4-hour. Here's your next big point in this trade. So you only have kind of two decisions to make. If you think it's laddering, you now have a decision between this level and this level. And simply put, this 95.09 level is just working down to the next time frame to see where the range of this move could possibly go, right here, right? Because this is that next level, 95.09, right? So those are the two pieces of your move. Where can it go? Is it breaking over trend to hit this and pull back, or is it breaking over trend and hitting this to pull back? A lot of this is going to be chart architecture in the moment. How much volume comes in? You're likely in this stage of the move where you are seeing if this level of trend can break. You're likely going to see a massive amount of volume. So that's going to be kind of your first tip off, is in the moment when you're trading this, Are you seeing 2,000 Bitcoin distribute a 1 minute candle? Or are you seeing 10 or 20,000? Because you possibly up to 50,000. Because you could see a 1 minute candle with 50,000 Bitcoin distribute in a moment like this, right? So you kind of come into here and, zoom into your 1 minute candles, and you can maybe put volume on for a quick second. It's the only one that I use. So we have to go to the USDT chart. No, it's BXBT, right? And that's BitMEX. They don't have volume on here. They don't show volume. Okay, so what is it? Just BTC USDT on Binance. Well, we can go to Binance. That's fine. It's Binance MEX. They're both the same. I'm not sure I think it's XBT USD. Is it not? No. Yeah, it might be XBT USD. That's okay. Well, let's try it real quick. No, that's Kraken. Is it just XBT USD? BitMEX inverse swap. There we go. Volume. Here we go. So apparently I had a level here. I don't know why, but apparently I did. Okay, so let's go take a look at that real quick. Okay, that's not important anymore. That's fine. That's not important anymore. It could be the backside. It could be the weekly backside there, daily backside. No, it's not important. I don't think. No. It's just a level from the past. Just a coincidence here. So we're going to take that off, and we're going to go into a 1 minute candle here. Kind of pan out a little bit and look at volume. Like you'll notice in the moment volume like this. 8.16 million. Volume on a candle like this one here. Where's the even bigger ones? I don't even want to see the I just want to see the biggest wick I can find. Let me go to a 5 minute chart. Maybe it might be a bit easier. Go forward to the front. Here's one. Here's a good one. $383 million. Or if you're using Binance, so BTC USDT perp. Let's go here. 5 minute charts. Find that same one. Should be this one right here. 40K of Bitcoin. 40K of Bitcoin dumping there. So that's the kind of volume you're gonna likely see on that type of level. And this is still pretty somber because this is just the middle of the move somewhere. This is just kind of one of those points where, oh, this wasn't somber. This was the top of that move. So that's the kind of volume you're going to see, right? You're going to see something like this where you're going to see 28 or 30 Bitcoin, 30,000, and then a 50,000 dump after to start the move, right? That's the kind of volume you're going to presumably see.